Hi everyone, it's Debbie with Mystery Quilts Anonymous, and I'm back to show you today how to do Clue 2 of Quarantined. I want you to save some of your bonus triangles, so I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So there's a house in the middle that I asked you to use your dark 6.5 inch squares and your light 3.5 inch squares where you draw a line on that. The first go is going to have, you're going to sew right on that line. So when you go back through, I don't know what your foot does, but my foot is not, it's not wide enough, so I need to go just a little beyond that. And I'm going to put it back through the machine so that I get a bonus triangle. And I'm just going to kind of like eyeball that. I don't know if you can see that back there, where I've just gone a distance away. I'll do that one more time. This is the second side where I've actually sewn the second side on. So here's the first side done over here, sewing the second side on. I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I'm just going to put it right back through. Okay, if, however, you forgot or you didn't know, you got them done in advance, I hope you saved those triangles because we can use these in Clue 3, and I would just want you to sew the long edge at 1/4 inch. I'm not using my 1/4 inch foot, so we're going to hope that this goes through. Look at that. Then I'm going to show you how to trim down these squares. And I'm going to show you how to cut that one. Let me just get this one going through the machine. There we go. Right on that line. Or just to the outside so that you have fold room. Let's cut these off and head to the cutting table. Oops, missed one here. Okay, picked it all up. Excuse my dogs. Having fun in the middle of the room. Okay, we're going to take, and we're just going to go down the center. You can, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I've lined my 1/4 inch up. There's my 1/4 inch. I've just lined that up on that, my seam line, and cut down the middle to give me, again, my bonus triangles. And for that second side, we're going to do the same. We're just going to center it up and cut down, and then we'll press those back. This is another part. It's right beside the houses. Remember, we do half of them this way and half of them this way. So for this one, we're just going to put that on our 1/4 inch line and cut it off both ways. Okay, and there we go. Let's go to the ironing board. Okay, for our half square triangles, I want you to press those toward the dark. And if you caught it in time, or even if you go back and sew them together, you'll be a step ahead for Clue 3. Woohoo! Okay, after these, I think I can lay them out. To one way, to the other way, and let's get this house pressed. take these to the cutting table. I want to show you how to trim down these half square triangles first, and then we'll lay out clue 2. Okay, I want you to cut these down for clue 3, and we're going to cut down and square up at the same time. So there's a diagonal line on the back of your, on your ruler. You have several if you do. If you don't, try to find a ruler that has the angle on it. We're going to use the 45-degree line on ours. So we're going to lay that 45-degree line on our seam. We're going to trim off 2 edges. That gives us a square to go from. Now, I want these at 2 inches for clue 3. So while you're there, line up on your 2-inch lines. Mine happens to be my 4-inch line and my 2-inch line with the 45 down the middle. And we're going to cut those off as well, and we're going to have a perfect 2-inch half square triangle. I'll do that one more time for you. 45-degree angle on the line. Trim down your first 2 sides. Rotate it. Come into your 2-inch line. And do it again for a perfect 2-inch. Okay, so that's that. Easy peasy. So now let's lay out these blocks. They're very much the same, but just a little different. Okay, so everybody has this. We're gonna lay out our houses in the middle. Then you should have your flying geese unit right on the bottom of that. Then your dark squares, these are dark squares. Remember, my light and dark are reversed. So we've got our dark squares there. And the way to remember how to put these with just one corner off is you want it to mirror this piece right here. So that mirrors that. If we lay the other one in there, it's on the wrong side. So that's going to help you. You just want that to mirror that. Okay, so there's those units laid down. And then finally, one of them has a rectangle and 2 mediums. And the other one simply has a 12.5-inch straight rectangle. So there they are laid out. Don't forget to save those bonus triangles. If you've already cut them off and done all of your blocks, please go back and sew at 1/4 inch and trim them down to 2 inches. And if you haven't, try the way that I showed you in this video, and I'm sure you'll save fabric. Thanks, guys. Have a super day.